All right, good morning and welcome to grade 9 mathematics. We're still on our series of reviewing NECO past question papers. And this morning, we'll be looking at paper, that's a NECO 2015, paper 1, continuing from the OBJ, question 53. So in question 53, it says a square of side 11 cm and a circle have the same perimeter. They have the same perimeter. What is perimeter? Perimeter simply is what? Distance round an object. So the perimeter of this square, so perimeter of square, because we know that for a square all the sides are what? Equal. So it means that it will be 4 times 11. Hope I'm right with that. 4 times 11. Now, what is the perimeter of a circle? The perimeter of a circle is 2 pi r. I recall that we are told that we should look for the radius. So they are the same. So we can then equate that what? 2 pi r will be equal to 4 times 11. This will go here 2. This will go here 1. This will be 22 over 7 times r equal to 2 times 11. This will cancel this, and r will then be equal to what? 7 cm. So the radius of this circle will be what? 7 cm. The radius of the circle will be what? 7 cm. Is that okay? Right, so that's for question 53. Now for question 54. For question 54, you say what is 402,000 in decimal? 402,000. This is how you write 402,000. The thousandth position is 1,000. Now, just to a way of reviewing this, if I say units, there's tens, there's thousands, there's 100, there's 1,000. All these values are increasing. It's quite different from when you now say tenth. All these are very small values. Tenth is like 1 over 10. 100 is like 1 over 100. I seen that. 1,000 is like 1 over 1,000. So that's how it is. As you move from one to the next, that's how it is. So for this in decimal now, this is 3 decimal places. This will be 1, 2, 3. So the answer becomes what? 0.402. All right, let me get rather 55. In question 55, it says if 12 is subtracted from 3 times is a number. So let the number be x. Let the number be x. So you say 12 is subtracted from 3 times a number. 3 times a number minus 12. That's what that means. The result equal to, when you hear the word result, result means equal to. The result is what? 2/3 of that number plus 16. So this is what the equation will look like. What do you do from here? You multiply through by 3 because we want to clear this fraction part. So you multiply through by what? By 3. So that will give you 9x minus 36 equal to 2x plus 48. So this will give me 9x minus 2x equal to 48 plus what? 36. So this will give me 7x equal to 84. I'll divide both sides by 7 and x is equal to 12. So x will be equal to 12. X will be equal to what? 12. And that answer is E. That option is what? E. Okay. So let's go to question 56 now. Area of the triangle. Find the area of the triangle. You have 3, you have 4, you have 5. This is B, this is C, and this is A. You are told to find the area of the triangle. Now take note, the base, this is the base. The base is going to be 8 cm. I hope you are aware of that. The whole of this is the base, so it's going to be 8 cm. The height will be 4 cm. So the area of triangle will be equal to half the base times the height, which is half times 8 times 4. 2 go here 1, 2 go here 4, and that will give me 16 cm squared. So the area of the triangle is what? 16 cm squared, and that option is D. That option is what? D. Now, the next question says that if 2,540 cm is increased by 15%, the result is you have 2,540 cm. 2,540. Now, it's increased by what? Increased by 15%. What will the answer be? It's increased by 15%. What will the answer be? This is quite simple. Since it's been increased by 15%, the original state of it will be what? 100%. So to get this increment now, it will be 2,540 times what? Add 15 to 100, that's 115, and then divide it by what? 100. So 10, that will go with that. 5 go here, you get 2. 5 go here, you get 23. 2 go here, you get 1. 2 go here, you get what? 127. Now, I know some of us will be wondering, if you increase something, it's like when you have sold something to make a profit. When you increase something, you must have an original position to start from. So anytime they ask you in an examination, something is increased by something, by how many, what would it increase to? Find out what its original state is. Identify how many percentage it is increased by. Add that percentage it told you to 100%, and then divide it by 100. That's it. That's all you need to do there. Right. So this will now be what? 127 times 23. So I'm going to multiply manually. This will be 1. This will be 8. And this will be 3. So that's 381. This will be 4. This will be 5. And this will be 2. So if I add that correctly, I'll have 1, 2, 9, 2. in what? Centimeters. So this is what the answer will be, 2921. And that option is what? D. Is that clear? So the next question now, question 57, is testing your knowledge of properties of a triangle. And the triangle given to you in that diagram is an isosceles triangle. This is 70 and this is A. You are told to find A. I remember that for isosceles triangle, the base angles are what? Equal. So this one will still be A also. This is A and this will be A also. Are we together? So what will you do to get your answer now? Quite simple. You then add this. So A plus 70 will be equal to 180 degrees. Why? Angle sum of triangle. That's it. The angle sum of triangle is the reason why this is possible. So you have what? 2A equal to what? 180 minus 70. So 2A will now be equal to 110. What do you do next? You divide both sides by 2 to get a value for A. So A will now be equal to what? 55 degrees if you have done the right thing. And if you check that, if you check your book, the option there will be what? E. So E is the option that satisfies this question, right? That's for question 57. We have 3 more questions to go, 58, 59, and 60 for paper 1. All right, so let's look at that. In 59 rather. Okay, sorry, I think I missed it up. This is 57. This is question 57. This is 58. So we have just 2 more questions to go. 59. In Talo community, 48% of the population are students. 48% of the population are students. Now, when you're solving questions like this, try to get out the information as you see them. Now, 59. Now, 48% are students. Take note of that. Take note of that. Now, it goes on to say that if the total population of persons is what? 600. So total population is equal to what? 600. Good. How many students are in the community? This is a very simple question. Now, the total population in a community is 100%. It can't be more than 100%. The total population in a community in terms of fraction is always 1. It can't be more than 1. You get it? So if you are told that 48% are students and the total population is 100, it means that the total population 100% will correspond to what? 600. While the 48% will correspond to X, which will be number of what? Students. So it means 100 over 48 will be equal to 600 over what? X. How do you cancel this? These zeros will go with these zeros. Are we seeing that? So which means that X will be equal to 48 times 6. And what is this answer? This will be what? 200 and what? 88. So the total number of students in this community will be what? 288. Do I have an answer like that? Oh yes, we do. That option is B. Now the final question for this round, maybe I should go to the other side of the board. I don't know, I just have a feeling it might take a bit of space. It says that if the price of a machine increases by 10% every year. Calculate the present cost of a machine which cost 200,000 2 years ago. The price increases by what? Or the cost of the machine increases by what? 10% every year. So original cost, this is for question 60 now. Original cost of machine is what? 200,000. So percentage increase yearly will be what? 10. Now let me help you. This is another way of calculating compound interest. This is actually compound interest, even though it's not spelled out directly as compound interest. It's a kind of compound interest. So every year is increasing by what? 10%, because the cost will increase. It will increase in a compound manner. So for first year, comma, what will be the cost of the machine? So cost of machine will be equal to 110 over 100. Somebody's not like, what are we using 110? It's just the same thing I spoke about when we're talking about increase in percentage increase. That's the same idea that is borrowed here again. So the original position is always 100%. Please take note of this, because this concept will help you unlock a lot of areas in mathematics. Times 200,000. And that will be what? So my answer here will be what? 220,000. That's for the first year. So for the first year to be 220,000. So what about second year? So for second year, comma, it will be what? 110 again over 100 times what it was at the end of first year, which will be what? Times 220,000 over 1. So these zeros will go again, and you'll be left with this times this. So if you do your calculation right, it will be 242,000. And like I've told us before, some of the problems, it's not every problem you see in an exam you solve. So if you look at this option now, if I were to be in this exam, I know the answer is going to be E. Because look at it. There is no, if you multiply these 2 and 1, the last 2 digits, because 11 times 22 will give me what? A 3-digit answer. And there's no way it's going to be 240, because I know that 12 times 20 is what will give me 240. So looking at this exam now, the answer cannot be A, cannot be B, cannot be C, either E, D, or E. So I know this answer has to be E. And I want you, as you go into the examination, to understand this. When you solve the problem to a certain extent, have an idea of what the answer would be. Some questions are just testing your IQ. It's just IQ test. Right? So that settles that. And the answer there will be what? The answer there will be E. Okay, so we're done with paper 1. We're done with paper 1 of this exam.